No, we are not.
No way. It says live. Oh, it's
Yeah, I
36.
know. We are live, but I didn't put any of the things up that I made this morning. I didn't do any
Oh,
of the freaking things.
no.
I made them. They're in my phone. They're just not up.
Oh, no. And
So
Shadow Phase went direct today too. So, in
it
Mercury.
did. It did. Oh my gosh, this is hilarious. Jeez, I don't even know how to fix this without ending the stream and having to start
Yeah.
everything
So
all over
just
again.
don't worry about it.
We'll just roll with it.
Hold on. Hold on. I can do this, but we're going to roll with it for just a second. Talks amongst yourselves. I can handle this.
Okay.
Okay. I'm backing out. We'll see you.
So, hello everybody, and welcome to our live stream. Hi, Gayle has stepped out back to organize a few things that didn't get uploaded correctly, and we of course discovered it once we went live. So that's what it is. So, Damaris, we are celebrating you today, my friend, because today is your last day being with us.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Gayle. Nope, that's not
Pay
Gayle.
no attention to the woman behind the curtain.
Okay.
Pay no attention to Gayle.
So
She'll let us know when she's back. But yeah, no, so today is your last day with us. Are you excited?
I'm very excited. And I'm very excited.
It's okay. We're just going to keep rolling with this.
Yes. Go ahead. Oh,
so you said you were really excited. Go ahead.
I'm excited for me. I'm excited for you guys. It's energy doesn't die. It just transforms. So I'm transforming my energy. You guys are going to transform yours, and it's going to be different. That's all.
It is. So why don't you tell and share with everybody? I mean, you've shared with Gayle and I what you're getting ready to do. So why don't you share with everybody what you're getting ready to do, or really have already started?
Okay. You know what? I want to put it into the segment because it goes along with all the energies of the planets that have been going on. Okay. So I'll talk about it in the segment because
all right.
Yeah, so that they could have sort of like a visual of the energies of the planets and the energies that I've been going through. So it just like meshes together.
All right. Well, then we'll save it. So other than all the excitement, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. And how about you?
I am doing well. It's been busy here at our house. I'm sorry. What?
There's an echo.
I just noticed there's an echo. I can't. No, it's gone. All right. So yeah, no, we're getting ready this week for Kevin's retirement ceremony.
Awesome.
And so we're, in that you're planning a great big thing. The way I can equate it for a lot of other people is it's like a wedding.
Yeah.
Right. You've been planning. And then you hit that 11th hour. You hit that. Okay, all the planning and everything it's you have to get that everything into motion. Yeah, in the last few days, it's been putting everything into motion, putting it all into play, getting it ready, reconfirming, finishing those last little to-do things in order to ensure that everything starting Thursday goes without a hitch.
Yes. Awesome.
So yeah, it's been busy. So when I get off with us today, it's back into, I have to run to the third floor, get all my red, white, and blue stuff out. My list, my little checklist of things that I have to get done is all ready. I have to get stuff. We have to put up the big tent later today. Because the weather is being oh so cooperative. Right now it's very deceiving, right? Yeah. It's sunny and it's in blue skies and everything is fantastic, right? Yeah, well, and then like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it varies from hour to hour. Sometimes if you look at it, it's going to be clouds, just cloudy. Then it's going to be, oh, well, no, it's 85% coverage of rain. There isn't any sunshine. And then, of course,
same weather
yeah,
patterns.
Yeah. And then, of course, it's going to be the high might hit 70, but really it's in the 60s, and the lows are actually, I'm happy that it's out of the 30s.
Yes.
Because for a while, it kept saying it was going to be in the 30s, but this morning I looked and it said the lows are going to be in the high 40s, low 50. Or 50 is 50, between like 45 and 50. So I'm like, okay, so you just, again, you're just rolling with it. Hi. So are you back with us, Gayle?
I am back. Let's get this show on the road.
I love your topic. I love that title.
Well, unfortunately, all of that's last week that you weren't here for. I don't know why. Those were the ones that came up. They were the last ones. Oh my God.
Oh, so it wasn't
Mercury decided to send you off with a blast, Damaris.
Yeah.
Can't
I was going, wait a minute, this is looking awfully like, last week. It's all good. It's all good.
You know what it is it's still showing me the last week's ones, right?
Yeah.
But I would have to refresh the screen in order to do that. And to do that, I would have to end the stream, which means that we can't get back into the stream anymore.
Yeah, no.
So I owe you one, Damaris. I'm so sorry. I wanted this to be great for you. Oh my God.
Anyway. Okay. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Okay. It's still going to be amazing.
It is. Absolutely. It is. All right. So take 2. Welcome to another episode of 3 Crones and the Woo Woo. My name is Gayle Nicholson. I am your Dragon Slayer Crone and Word Witch with Creative Command Coaching and Consulting. To my side, I have Miss Krista Ducharme with Dimensional Healing with Krista on Facebook. And supporting us from below, we have, for the last time ever, well, except for a guest spot maybe, Miss Damaris Samolinski with Ask the Genie with Damaris Samolinski. Oh my gosh, ladies, I am so very excited to be sending Damaris off with hugs and love and support. And I am so excited for what she's doing. So everybody give a huge shout out to Damaris. We're going to learn all kinds of stuff about her new business today, as well as doing all the rest of the stuff. And of course, talking about what the fuck is going on up there that's fucking with all of us down here.
Yes, definitely.
It's the solar flares.
Yeah, a lot of it is that. I really do. Okay, so, and then I saw on TikTok the other day, somebody had a brilliant idea. Is there anybody out there working on solar flare astrology? Because we know it has cycles. Right?
Yeah, it does. Well, Elizabeth Prue does. Well, kind of. So she's from New Zealand, and she brings in solar flare stuff into her astrology, but I don't know if she has like a solar flare astrology. That's actually really interesting because because I was just watching Deborah. I forget Deborah's last name. She works a lot with Colette, but she was talking about moon cycles, and not like your full moon, new moon, but the life cycle of the moon and how it affects astrology as well. And I haven't, because of course I've been really busy, so I haven't listened to her little chat about it, but it caught my attention the other day. I was like, oh, this is very interesting, because it's about 2.5 years, every 2.5 years. The moon energy can shift for us. And so I'm like, oh, that's very interesting.
Yeah, it sounds very interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, solar flare. I mean, now that's very intriguing because I am a huge fan of the Aurora Borealis.
Mm-hmm. Did you see the northern lights and how they're looking? Oh my goodness.
Aren't they gorgeous? They're absolutely amazing.
Gorgeous.
I did not get to see them at all.
No, I mean, I didn't get to physically see it. However, Gregory did, and then didn't tell anybody. I mean, we were all still up. I'm like, totally, they have streets.
They're beautiful. What are they saying?
He's yelling. It's not like I didn't see anything, like really amazing. I just thought I was tripping.
What was he doing that he thought he was tripping?
Awesome.
Okay. Yeah. So I was just like, oh my gosh, that is so funny. That was so funny. I have a message from Tracy for you. Hold on. While we're giving messages, Tracy says, say farewell and much success to Damaris from me.
Oh, thank you, Tracy.
Yes.
So much.
Yeah. So yeah, no. But yeah, no, we ended up not actually physically seeing it, but I know where we live, a lot of people got to see it.
Yeah. So, I had pictures from people in Michigan that took pictures of it from their backyard.
Yeah.
Wow. And it was just too cloudy here. But wouldn't it be cool? You got to go up to Canada and be in the path of totality for the eclipse. Yes. Wouldn't it have been awesome if you could have seen the aurora as well?
Yes.
Like in the span of a couple of months. Those two fascinating things.
That really is. But I have a feeling, my sense is we're going to have another opportunity. Because the sun is in its the height of its energy, so it keeps sending off all these all these solar flares. So it'll be really cool, to pay attention and possibly get to see it again. So that'll be fantastic. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So, Damaris, did anybody? Because you're a bit more south than I am in Long Island. So, did you guys get to see it? Down there in Long Island. I didn't get to see
it. I just saw people that saw it. They took pictures, and I saw those pictures. It looked beautiful. But I myself personally didn't see it.
Yeah. No, that would be amazing.
Friend Harry tried to stay up and see it, but we had cloud cover. So he was actually the one that told me. No, we had cloud cover. I couldn't get any pictures. I'm like, not good, but I'm glad I didn't miss so much because I had to sleep.
Yeah.
Work,
Yeah. Sleep's important. Sleep is important.
Yes, it is. All right, my dear. So you know what? We're going to use the cutesy little things from last week when Damaris wasn't here. Okay. So that at least we've got a segment clip for her, even if it was last week.
That's okay.
Awesome. Take it away.
I didn't see it. It said that it failed to. I didn't see it.
It showed up on mine, but it did glitch. Oh. I don't know what's going on with that. Okay.
That's okay.
It showed up.
I didn't my screen.
But it's all you, Prince. It's all you, my friend.
Okay. You want me to start the show? Okay. So I'm going to talk about.
Well, at least your segment.
My segment, my little show is what my little segment. Jupiter going into Gemini on the 25th, and that's what I want to focus on today because I think it's very important. And it also I'll speak about my journey through the 12-year transit because the last time Jupiter was in Gemini was in 2012. I don't know how you guys were doing or where you guys were even, but here we had Hurricane Sandy hit the South Shore. So in 2012. So we had a lot of shifts here. But anyway, so Gemini, it takes 12 years to go around the wheel. So the next time it will be in Gemini will be in 2036. So I want to talk about what Gemini is and then the energy of Jupiter. So Gemini is the human mind. It's about your perception. It's about the way you think. It's about how you speak, how you communicate, how you express yourself. And so I'm going to go back a little bit when Jupiter, I mean, it's still there, but Jupiter in Taurus was the energy for us to plant seeds, for us to be stable, to be almost like, it's an earth sign. Taurus is an earth sign. So it wants us to be firm and plant and, be stable, be strong, be courageous. All that energy is a Taurus energy. Now going into Gemini is not an earth sign. It's all about the mind. So whatever you planted, and we can go back 12 years, whatever you planted, which I'm going to go back 12 years because I opened up my brick and mortar store in 2011. And so when Gemini was in, when Jupiter was in Gemini, I had already been in my store for a year. And I was just, trying to figure out how to brand myself, how to expand, what to incorporate, what people to bring for different, different types of workshops and things like that. So I was doing all of that when Jupiter was in Gemini in 2012. Now come full circle 12 years later, I had a store which I had to close in 2020. Now I'm getting ready to start the new chapter of my life, and also with a new business name and everything. So I feel like, and also I want to say that because Gemini is all about the mind, it's all about what we perceive that could be possible. And so I feel like everything that you guys have been planting, everything that everybody has been planting, now Gemini energy is going to come and move things. Gemini is a quick moving sign, and it brings everything to the surface. It helps things move things quickly, but you have to be sure of what it is that you want. You have to, have a clear thought of what it is you want to create. Gemini is also the twins, so it's duality, which also seems like sometimes we have to learn things twice. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to learn things twice.
Yeah, I'm good with one and done.
Right?
Yeah.
So that I learned throughout my journey with my brick and mortar, and all the people that I met and all the energies that I worked with, obviously some energies are wonderful to keep, moving forward, and some were not. So I want to also, going forward in my new venture, I don't want to learn the same lessons that I learned before. And I think I was actually tested the other day, but with someone that I met with about the new venture. And so I felt like he was a lesson that I don't want to relearn. So I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
There you go.
So with that energy, like I said before, it's like, do we need to learn things twice? Do we need to learn how to walk, talk, express ourselves clearly, communicate what we're feeling, what we're thinking? That's all that energy with Gemini. That's so that we could expand ourselves and where we're going and what we're doing. Now, I don't know, how you guys are going to reshape the three Crones, but it's nice, both of you to express what it is that you want, and then just put it out there so it can just blossom, because it will. Same thing with mine, my new business. I was very focused on, helping people heal, from different aspects of the human experience, if you will, specifically emotional stuff, because I feel like we stuff the emotional traumas. And sometimes if we don't heal those traumas, they continue to show up. And, the universe is saying, okay, Damaris, you have to heal this. You have to work through this. That's why it keeps showing up. And the way it shows up is through people. You meet people that help you sort of like, wait a minute, this is a trigger. I've been through this before, but obviously I didn't clear it, right? So my new journey is not necessarily going to be with the emotional area. It's going to be with the whole. So the name of my new business is called One Sacred Journey. And it's the journey of birth, death, not physical, obviously, but death, letting go of whatever doesn't serve, whatever aspects of myself, whatever attitude, behaviors, whatever limited thinking, speaking of Gemini, limited thinking I may have, and sort of like resurrect myself, and then finally go into immortality. And immortality really has to do with not being afraid, and not being afraid of even death. Because as I said earlier to Krista, energy doesn't die, it just transforms. So I will, I have always been, and I will always will be, just in a different form. And so that's really the immortality part. And that's what I want to focus moving forward in my business, is helping people, have sort of like, obviously they were birthed, have a death, helping them let go of whatever doesn't serve, resurrect in a new being, and then finally come to the immortality level, where it's like, I'm not afraid to say what I feel. I'm not afraid to jump. I'm not afraid to do this. I'm not afraid to do that. I mean, what could happen? Sort of like that attitude. And so that's what my business is going to be like. And that's what I'm going to focus on now. Some people may be ready for that. And I found that recently that some people are ready for all those, metamorphosis or transcendental, change of mind, but some are not. Some are just afraid still, and they can't, get to the level of immortality, being afraid. Because like you have said, Gayle, you could be afraid, but still have the courage to keep going. And that's really what it is being afraid, but having the courage to say, you know what if it works? You know what I mean? Instead of what if it doesn't work? Right. And so that's where I'm at right now. I could have a little bit of fear, but I still have the courage to say,
and that's true courage. Courage is not the absence of fear, remember? It's having that fear and taking action anyway.
Exactly.
And that's really what it is. Because again, most of the times we ask ourselves, oh, what if it doesn't work? What if this happens? What if that happens? Instead of, saying it the other way around, it's going to work. And
that's it.
What else is possible? And you know what I mean? Nothing is good to be true, so that kind of attitude moving forward. So that's the attitude that I have. And I think that, that I'm ready, and obviously you guys were ready to transform as well, because the way it all came about was perfect, in perfect alignment.
Absolutely. I was thinking about that this morning, and how, first of all, I think that we really have a lot of planetary support with what is rising to the surface, coming to a natural resolution of what we've been doing for the last couple of years together, and then heading off into our roles in the age of Aquarius in a different way, right?
Exactly.
Because this show too was created under the age of what the hell was it that came before? Capricorn, I think.
Was it? Yeah.
Aquarius. Anyways. So the age that we've just come out of, right? It was created there with a higher.
Well, the age of the Piscean age we came out of.
That's what I was trying to think of. Yes, thank you. Those winter months, I can never keep them straight in my head.
That's okay. That's okay.
So, but I thought it was really, really cool. Now, at one of my day jobs here this past week, this one coworker has been talking for 3 or 4 weeks about, among the girls, and quietly and surreptitiously, I'm just not feeling it anymore. I'm going to put my 2 weeks in and that kind of thing, right? And she can chat about it with us girls, right? But she's got to pick a fight with the owner to have the gumption to say, I don't want to work here anymore. This is going to be my last day. And she's not the first person that I've come across in the process of life where, when the time comes to naturally separate, they must manufacture an argument so that they can justify in walking away. Like, why would you actually choose to walk away from a good situation, right? They can't hold that in their heads. We must be enemies to separate. And this, I got to give every one of all of us credit, because this has unfolded in the most uplifting and positively beneficial way to all of us.
Definitely.
It definitely has.
This is how utopia should be, right? This is how the lion laying down with the lamb's world should be. right?
100%,
And I think we're kind of stepping into that. And I think if more people understood the impact that the planets have on us as beings,
it's amazing,
and knew themselves so that they could work with the machine, not against the machine.
exactly.
We could have peace on Earth, or at least
we could definitely have peace on Earth.
Yeah. Or at least peace within.
Yes.
You know, sometimes you have to have the peace within in order to let that transfer out.
Exactly.
You know,
especially with, like I said, that Gemini energy is about thoughts, how we think, how we express ourselves, how we communicate. So that energy definitely is fitting in, you know, because I have nothing but love for you guys, and I wish you guys well, and I know you wish me the same. So there's no animosity. There's, you know, it's just we're branching into different, you know, probably from the same tree, but branching into different areas.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Yes.
And it's uncommon. That is for sure. That is practically miraculous, except for we're actually just doing it. You know, it's not magic.
Well, yeah, that's what it is, right? That's exactly what it is. It's walking your talk. If I put in motion 12 years ago what I really wanted to create, now it's in front of me. So it went around the zodiac wheel for 12 years. And now it's right in front of me. And so I've always wanted to do this, you know, before I met you guys. I think that meeting you guys and coming on your show was only like a practice run, you know, because I put this in motion 12 years ago, you know what I mean? And so now it's like in my face, and now I have to walk the talk. Otherwise, I'm going to have to wait till it goes around the wheel another 12 years.
No.
Right. I don't have time for this.
No, I don't have time for that. You know,
I'm all done waiting.
Yes, all done. And now with a, you know, higher perspective of things, and, you know, a higher frequency, if you will, than I was 12 years ago, because we're growing, right? Well, we hope.
Exactly.
Some people stay stagnant, you know, mentally, I'm saying. But yeah, so it's with a new mindset, with a new higher perspective, and you know, with a new understanding of things. So I feel like this is it, you know, and it came about so beautifully.
Yeah, it did.
And really speaking of which, number 9 today is completion.
It is.
Isn't it amazing?
It is.
Yes.
It is.
It's
really, it's mind-boggling how it fell into place. Yeah. Now, mind you, this stuff, for our viewers, this stuff started percolating a few weeks ago while we were in Mercury retrograde. And because the three of us know how to work with Mercury retrograde, not against Mercury retrograde, we knew to table any conversation about this until at the very least it went direct. And then to finish that conversation today, after it's out of its shadow period going direct.
Exactly.
And you can't tell me that those choices didn't make this happen so well.
I was actually waiting till Mercury, when, you know, after the retrograde to, you know, speak to you guys. But it so happened that Mercury was like, nope, it's happening now. Because I want to bring it up during the retrograde.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but it happened that, you know, the universe was like, no, this is happening right now. And I was like, you know, like thrown off by it in a way. I
completely understand that, but look at how perfect it is, because if we had just been starting the conversation process today instead of, it just wouldn't be so perfect.
It wouldn't have worked out the way it did.
No, it would not have.
I wasn't planning it to tell you that day because I was waiting until until today. But Mercury was like, no, we're doing this now.
Yeah, because I think, and it's one of those, it knew that it wasn't a thing to wait. You know, the energy, it wasn't a waiting energy.
Well,
it had momentum already.
You know why? Because sometimes Mercury retrograde has the energy of confusion and has the energy of misunderstandings and stuff like that. So I was waiting because of that. I was like, well, I don't want any misunderstandings. I don't want any confusion. I'm just going to wait till the, after the 14th when, the shadow is completely gone. And so, but no. And like Gayle was just saying, we handled it the right way. Whatever conversation needed to be had, we had it.
There was a time, it needed time for processing, and the universe supplied that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome
stuff. Yeah, and the key is we all recognize that. Wait, especially to bring you those who may not be understanding what we're talking about. 2 weeks ago, our show just stopped recording, and it was a glitch that happened because sometimes we hit the wrong button when we're trying to do something. And so we couldn't go back on, and we knew it was like, okay, no, this wasn't a coincidence. That's
how I knew today to not back out when the clips didn't come up.
That's right. We were like, no, we're not doing this twice. But yeah, so no, we knew that at that point, okay, this is the universe saying, all right, y'all, I've created the time that you need to talk.
And it was perfect. And I'm very grateful for how it happened and how it unfolded. I'm trying to be cautious so I don't have any misunderstandings or confusion, but the universe was saying no.
The universe went, everybody to the conference room now.
Yep, now.
Yes, definitely.
It was it's been great. So no, we are going to miss having this energy. However, it's time, like Gayle said, we all came together during a different energy, and so it is time to transition. It's time 100%. It's time for freshness, like throwing open the windows and letting everything all air out.
Reinvent ourselves, it's time for all three of us, for the both of you and then for me, because like I said, I planted this seed 12 years ago.
Oh yeah,
quite literally. And so it's just here now. So now it's like, okay, what are you going to do with it?
Exactly.
Not waiting another 12 years. That's not
don't worry.
All right, Miss Krista. Last week was a proselyte, which we already talked about. This week, my dear, is Thunder Eggs. Do you want me to run the clip for you anyway?
Sure. Let's just run it because we've started something. So let's continue doing.
Let's do it.
Me. Okay.
That's what I was reading last week's clip when I uploaded this week's clip to my phone, and I can't refresh and bring them in. And these are
I didn't see it. I don't know why.
It's okay. Don't worry. It's all good. So this is a good sign. This means that they're all done.
Yes.
That's what this means.
Yeah.
All those clips are no longer important. They're done.
Yay.
They're done.
They're done. All right, guys. So Thunder Eggs. To let you guys know, it's funny. I actually brought a picture of what a Thunder Egg is. Thunder Eggs are also known as amulet stone, and they are these like really lumpy geodes. And they look like balls because you find them where an area has been very volcanic in the past. It not necessarily volcanic right now because it needs lots and lots of time to become to get the agate to settle inside. So Thunder Egg is related to an agate. And it is a really cool stone, and it's really appropriate for right now, for us, for what is happening today with the three of us, because it is a calm stone. It's a calming stone. It's an agate, so of course it's going to be a calming stone. It doesn't just calm your emotions. It harmonizes your emotions with your physical self and your intellectual self in order to bring in balance. Think of it as, it's a great yin and yang kind of thing. Because whether it's opened, whether you've been able to, it's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get inside. I love Forrest Gump. So you never know what you're going to get. But you can have it sliced open, or you can have it closed and still get that grounded yin and yang energy. The other really super interesting and cool thing is it wants you, if you start playing with an amulet egg, here I'm combining the names, a thunder egg or an amulet stone. I did this. I do this frequently. I'll combine names. If you start really working with it, you may find that you're actually elevating and really tapping into that higher self, to your guides, however your guides show up for you. We all have them, and we all have that ability to work with them. And this is one of those stones that really can help you do it. And it does it from an earthy perspective. So as with all agates, they're very grounding. They're very earthy. They're very, when you work with them, whether it be blue lace agate or whether it be like even a carnelian, because that can be considered, or banded agate, or there are a variety of names of them, or blooming agate, or flowering agate as it's called as well. You get that ground energy, right? You get that I am feeling connected with the planet I am walking on. However, the other aspect is you almost feel like your energy gets elongated, because it gives you that grounded root, yet the energy is able to reach up and expand. And a blooming agate. See, here we go. My brain is all about different agates. The thunder egg, it is really great at doing that. In helping you have that connection and rise above. So I think it's a really great stone for to help the three of us remember that our journeys, they're our journeys. And it's here for us to expand into and grow with.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, definitely. That sounds definitely like Jupiter in Taurus, which is still in Taurus until the 25th. So it sounds perfect for that energy, Jupiter in Taurus.
And don't be surprised if you feel like, if you start even working with it online through photos. And here's a photo. These are polished amulet.
Very pretty.
Amulet stones or thunder eggs. They're polished ones. And then you can get the knobby ones, the nodule ones, that you feel this need to travel. Because that is one of the things that it can bring that energy where you want to travel. And travel, it could be traveling, as far as other countries, continents, could be traveling to another part of town. It could be traveling to another state. When I say the word travel, don't think I instantly mean that you're going to, pull your passport out. Or acquire one if you don't have one. Yeah. Although I do highly recommend.
I found out the other day my passport card expired. I didn't realize that. Yeah, I've had it long enough that it's expired.
Oh,
anyways, yeah.
Yes, but that's all I have on thunder eggs. Do either of you have any thoughts?
I don't. I never even heard of them before.
Really? Yeah. We've worn them a couple of times on the show.
Yeah, we have.
But I've been getting YouTube videos popping up on my stream with people that well, they rock hound, and then they'll come home and they'll go to their little lapidary cottage and they'll saw one in half, and there'll be all kinds of banded agates and geodes that have crystals inside of them and stuff.
I have one of those, so it's the same thing.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah, I have one. Yep.
Yeah, like that. The most famous one that I think everybody will remember if I describe it is it's one that's like the blue of Cookie Monster, and it looks like it's got two googly
eyes.
Yeah. That's a thunder egg.
That's a thunder egg. Yeah.
So Ada gave me one. She went out upstate New York somewhere, and she bought it and she gifted one to me.
Nice.
So,
fantastic. Fantastic. That Ada, you're just awesome.
She is. She's a kid.
So yeah, no, they're fun.
Arizona, you go to the tourist little shops and stuff because it's old mining history and volcanic history and stuff. And they'll sell them by, like you can get it like a 10-pound bag of rocks to just take out in the back 40 with a hammer and bust them in half. And the kids love to do that. I'm always worried about flying shards of rock, but as long as they got protection on, great.
Yeah.
They're a lot of fun. It's so surprising to open up and see the crystals inside. So they're not always the same.
No, they aren't.
The amethyst, there might be a piece of calcite in that too. Yeah, it's very, very cool. Very cool. Yeah. All right, my dears. Well, this week I wanted to talk to you all about letting go of the chaos of the past. Right now is the time. That line in the sand, right? And like Damaris was talking about, when you started mentioning it, I'm like, oh my gosh, those lessons that we don't want to learn again.
No.
Right? Moving on from having to relearn, getting to that point. Now, mind you, I've started the same sentence 4 times now. I was talking with someone last week, and they're at a point in their recovery from childhood trauma that they're getting sick of the fucking spiral.
Yeah.
It's like, I've dealt with this before. I'm tired of dealing with this. Could we just get past this, please? And I've been trying to encourage her and remind her, you're dealing with it with more tools now. You're dealing with it from a different level now. It's not impacting you the same way it is. There's progress. You have to acknowledge the progress that you're making, and then you get to a point that you're able to look at a potential situation and go, thanks, no thanks. I've been there. We're good on that one. Right?
Yeah.
We're good on that one. And that's like you're talking about, choosing not to have to learn that lesson over again. Right?
Well, Jupiter and Gemini breaks up mental limitation. So if there was any mental limitation, let's say back 12 years ago, now come back around now with, Jupiter and Gemini, it's like, okay, let's break this up. Let's not be limited anymore. Like you was now, raising your state of consciousness, raising your vibration to, what could be next in my life instead of repeating the same thing.
Yes. And I think it's a very crucial place that we get to where, we're able to look at that where we've been getting back on the merry-go-round, right? And choose to go on a different ride. Okay, maybe this roller coaster is going to make me puke, but it's not the merry-go-round.
Yes.
So, we're choosing at this point, we are choosing to let go of those things from the past that are just chaotic. They're dramatic. They're interesting. They're entertaining. They're painful. They make the martyr out of us, right? All of those things that are so engaging to us when we have an energetic addiction to suffering.
Yes. A lot of people do. I don't anymore. Yeah.
Exactly. And that comes from working on it and getting, progress and making it to certain points and so on. So, I invite everybody to take a look at, I mean, we've been looking at this for a couple of weeks at least, if not months, to quantify what is no longer working in your life and moving it out. Right now, it's specific to chaos, right? Because that chaos that we invite in just distracts us from what is our next role, right? The Jupiter in Gemini, right?
Yes.
And having that clarity of this is what I want to intend to create, and having that show up, right?
Yes.
So this is that point of getting there. This doesn't work. This doesn't work. This is a distraction. This is chaotic. Bless you on your way. You're not taking up
exactly it. That's exactly it. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. And the thunder eggs, interestingly enough, was, as always, as it brings it in, right, is that calming sense. I mean, I don't know if you guys do, you ladies do, but I love a good thunder rumble thunderstorm. There is a sense of security and safety and coziness when you are inside watching sheets of rain coming down and having that soft rumble off in the distance where it's far enough away, lightning's not going to strike your house, and just that peaceful movement of air before the storm ends, and that smell of ozone refreshes everything, right? And for me, that's the kind of peace that comes with the thunder eggs, that solid, earthy sense that connects it all together, the heavens and the firmament.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So bringing that thunder egg energy in to where you kind of go, I don't know if I can let go of that little bit of chaos yet. You know? Yes, I can. I've got my rock.
There you go.
I look at thunder differently. Maybe not like you did.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm like, oh, what's breaking down now? Like that's how I see that. Like
right,
not chaos, so to speak, but something breaking down, something being illuminated, something being revealed. It's how I see that.
That's interesting. So I see, because I've seen now thunder and lightning storms. When I was younger, they terrified me. They did. Really? They terrified me. And then I started seeing them in different places around the world. And I think we would get thunder and lightning storms when we lived in Italy, in Gaeta. And we had this amazing mountain range that was right behind us, and the storms would circle it, right? So you would have, no joke, sometimes 3-4 hours of storms and circling it, right? And it would come back and it would go away and it would come back. It was really amazing. And you could tell by the sound of the thunder and by the look of the lightning where it was in the length of time that you probably had left of it going around, right? And I remember, because at first it was like it terrified me, and it was a lot had to do with the noise. And then I had to learn to become calm inside, right? And so I used it unbeknownst really what I was doing. It's about reflecting back. I had to use it as a way of breathing in and calming down. And I had been a lifeguard for years. And of course I have all this training, when you thunder, lightning and getting people out of water and away from, and all that. And so, which probably had a lot to do with my why thunder and lightning bothered me. But it was really kind of cool. So I learned to really start to appreciate it. And then when we moved back to Virginia, we started having really interesting storms, and you could go out and you could watch how it would light up the sky. So it danced, the lightning would dance, and then you could hear the rumble of the thunder. I mean, it was like it rumbled. It wasn't a huge clash. It was a rumble, right?
Yeah.
And it was like really cool. And then we were driving. I can't remember if were we driving out to California or were we driving back? We were driving back from California, and we were in Wyoming, and we're camping, and it's really, oh my gosh, it was a gorgeous area. I don't remember where, maybe it was Casper, Wyoming. And it was gorgeous. We were in this really cool campground, and there was this massive thunderhead. I mean, I knew what thunderheads looked like through pictures, through, going. And when I took my oceanography class, this was a huge, weather. That was part of our thing. But I had never seen a thunderhead like this. And it was this big, huge cloud. And inside, again, lightning dancing and thunder rolling. But it wasn't rolling like this. It was rolling. It was rolling like this. And it was just so cool and awesome. So my whole thought of what thunder and lightning represent shifted to, I feel like when that happens, it's all about cleansing. It's all about clearing. It's about taking things that are positively charged and bringing in that negative energy, if you will, to make it neutral.
Yeah.
So that's the science aspect from it, right? Because that's what it does. And so for me, I view it as a clearing.
It's so funny how we have three perspectives, right?
It is really.
They're not wrong or right. It's just how we.
Right. And Damaris is just focusing on the beginning part of it, whereas we tend to focus on the end part of it, right? Like the death, if you will, before the rebirth and the growth that comes after the rain, right?
Yeah.
The smell of ozone and stuff. So all of those components are present. It reminds me when around Christmas time, somebody asked me about my necklace, right? And you all know where it comes from, and it's a fan thing. But it was also what occurred to my mind was it's my version of the cross, and that's not saying that Barry Manilow is a god.
Oh no.
Regardless of my opinion, what's that saying is I prefer to focus on the nativity and the birth of the being that could reign as king for 2,000 years, not his death. For me, the resurrection is not the most important part of the story. The teachings are the most important part of the story. For me, right? So, and it's all, the components are all there.
Yeah. They're all there.
Wrong answer.
Yeah.
Right. All righty, my dears. I wish I had the clip available to show you what the card of the day is. Anybody care to take a guess?
Queen.
Our card?
Our card of the day. Nope, it's not a queen.
Okay.
What is it?
The Ace of Swords.
Okay.
So the ace, as all aces are the offer of a beginning of something new, right? The first step out, onto the path of something new. Swords being the matter of intellect, the thinking, the communication, the mind. Yes, it is absolutely perfect for today.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Perfect.
So, excuse me. I do want to look up on this and give you the affirmation of the day, though, because it is, as always, perfect for that. So, I am inspired and energized and ready for life's adventure. And, that sounds like an absolutely perfect blessing to you, Damaris. You are inspired and energized and ready for life's adventure.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm very happy.
And I just want to thank you guys for the opportunity to be on the show. I was looking back and I've been on the show for 3 years.
Yeah, we've been together for a while.
How fast, those years went, really. And,
yeah, because you started in May.
I did, of 21.
Of 21.
Yeah.
And I want to say it was this week.
I think so.
It was.
Yeah, I think it was.
I wanted to know how long I've been on. So I was looking back at the thread when Joanne texted me to see if I wanted to take a spot because she was doing something else. And it was May of 21.
Yeah, you are absolutely. That is wild. That is wild.
3 years.
That is amazing. Wow.
Yeah.
And look at us. We've been able to enjoy and do so much.
Yes.
So that is so super cool. And I didn't think about that until just now.
I was thinking about it because I said, how long have I been doing the show? So I went back to the conversations with Joanne.
Yeah.
And it was in actually the end of April when she asked me, and then it had to be because I don't think I came on just as a guest. And then afterwards is when I came on. So it wasn't May. It was around this time.
Yeah, it was around this time because she only came back for 1 week.
Yeah. It was around
and then she was off to do her thing.
Yeah.
So it was, that's right. That is wild. Well, then it is perfect timing.
It is.
All of it. All of it's perfect timing. So we look forward to seeing you grow and how
you and I as well.
April 2nd, I have Damaris on the show.
As a guest, right?
As a guest.
Yes. Yeah. And then after that, Joanne came back for another week, and then I came back.
Was it 1 week? Maybe it might have been 2 weeks. I don't remember. But yeah, it was, I don't know. It was really great because you were back permanently. I think I remember being
I believe it was in May. I was back permanently.
Or was it April?
It was May because I've got Joanne on the show May 1st.
Okay.
Sorry, going through all of the shows from last year. Not from last year, but before that. There's other pictures in there too. All right, wait here. Joanne's. It has to be May, definitely, but it's just, I want to try and get the actual date.
Yeah.
Just because it would be kind of cool, even if we can remember. That would be, it'd be really. I went back
to the conversation with Joanne, and it was at the end of April when I spoke with her about me coming on. And then I had to still meet with you guys, and I came on as a guest, and then it was afterwards. So it had to be May.
Yes, so it was.
I have your actual show. I'm just trying to get the date on it right now. I have your actual first show.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, wow is right. Oh gosh, where's the date?
Yeah, we're much better with the dates now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Than we were. We were struggling with getting the dates on our title. That was the word I was thinking. Gosh.
Yes.
But this has been great. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
So let me ask you, being on the show, what was one of your takeaways?
What was one of my working.
You guys are gonna blow. I'm blowing your mind. I'm just gonna blow your mind first. Before you answer that.
Yeah.
May 18th.
And today's the 14th.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, go answer.
Like 4 days to the day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess working together, with you guys and like the woo always coming in. Like I felt like that was like, holy crap, like you can't make this stuff up. Like we weren't even trying and it just happened. And so, I mean, even till the very now. So I think that my takeaway is that when we're in the vortex, I call it the vortex. I mean, it just magic happens.
Exactly. Yeah. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That is really awesome.
And
so yeah,
every week it happens, you know,
it does.
every time.
Yeah.
Whether we ask for it, I mean, we don't even, like you said, we don't work on it.
Yeah. It happens.
Yeah. It does. And so, you know, we always try to explain, what we talk about right before we come on the show literally has nothing to do with the show.
No, we don't script it. No, we don't script it. We don't script it. We don't talk about what, you know, we don't plan what we're going to talk about. Only the cards.
Yeah.
I mean,
the crystal. The crystal's the only thing.
and what Gayle is, you know, the topic. That's
it.
You
and
know?
I will say this. When we know the crystal, I will look up the crystal so that I can do the segment things and what's the properties of this, right? And I'll read on it, and then something will occur to me like, okay, this is what you need to be talking about. And trust me, with crystals, there can be 10 solid topics you could pull up from any crystal to talk about.
Yeah,
so definitely the who is giving me that title every week. That this is what you're going to be wanting to talk about. Yeah, what?
I find it amazing because, like I said, we weren't trying, we weren't scripted. It just happened.
Yeah.
No.
Literally,
you could not make this show up.
Nope, you can't. So Damaris, tell everybody how they're going to be able to find you since it won't be with us.
Well, it's gonna I'm trying to find I'll put it up on my Facebook because I still have to find the, you know, fine tune it, if you will. Yeah. But definitely be in June 1st. It's when I'm gonna go live.
Excellent.
In a Gemini energy. I just want to let you guys know.
Excellent. I love it.
I have made up my mind of what it is that I want, and I'm gonna go for it. So
you go, girl.
June Gemini energy, because that's what it is. It's you know, really focusing on what you want, putting it out there with your thoughts, and walking the talk. Expressing it and then doing it.
Excellent. I love it. I love it.
All the luck in the world. You need anything, are still here for you. You know, anytime.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. All right. Thank you so much for watching this week. Everybody give Damaris a huge kiss. And we will see you again soon, very, very soon. Thank you to my cohorts. I'm going to miss you so much, Damaris.
Thank you, guys. I'm going to miss you both.
All right, my dears. Have a great week, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.